snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackers? It's your boy Gage. This is a special couch edition of What It Happened Was.
Hey!
Let's go.
As you can see, Jokes Instant are here with me.
Yes,
we
sir.
got some things we need to talk about.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Hook me up.
Number 1!
I like it. We're going to talk about Gamescom.
Okay.
Okay? Gamescom is coming.
Yes, it is.
And on August 19th, we are going to get what is called Opening Night Live. Jeff Keighley will be streaming. And he announced that there will be like 15 publishers that are going to have world premiere content.
World premieres.
You like world premiere?
I like world premieres.
I like world premieres too.
World premiere.
World.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he's gonna be streaming live. They'll stream for the entire week. What's most interesting about this, I think, is that both Sony and Activision are going to have content that will be there, that will be premiered. And those are the two biggest companies that I would say were no-shows for E3.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the fact that they are coming to Gamescom and that they are going to have world premiere content is kind of a big deal. Like, we know Kojima's going to be there. He'll have some new content with Death Stranding.
Of course.
That was announced. You know that's a thing. That could be what Sony has. I don't know if they're going to have something separate from that.
Okay.
It sounded like they will. So if I had to guess, I would say Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us.
Yeah, one of those three. Yeah, one of those three. Easy.
Well, definitely Death Stranding is going to be there and Kojima's going to be there. But I would think one of those two games is going to be what we'll see. Could be like Concrete Genie though. Who knows? Could be something we haven't seen at all. I doubt it.
Guess we gotta wait till Gamescom.
We do, which isn't that far away. It's only a couple weeks out.
No, it's right around the corner.
Yeah,
You know it.
I'm kind of excited about that. Jeff Keighley's doing his thing, man.
Oh yeah.
So to stream and do that kind of all week, I think is going to be pretty solid. It'll probably be one of the best ways to get the content that's coming out of Gamescom, being that it's in Germany.
Do you know what time it airs? Have they said yet?
I'm sure that they did,
Okay.
but I'm sure that mentally I just kind of waved it off because it was some kind of German time that didn't translate for me.
I will look up that information. 'Cause I'm wondering if we can maybe watch Opening Night together or something like that. You know, just seeing what time stuff's coming on.
We can. We might not watch it as it's happening, time-wise. We certainly can. Hook me up.
Number 2!
All right, check this out.
We got
You're excited about the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
I am!
You're excited about the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
Facts, my guy.
Let me tell you how much I don't care.
Well, I already do that.
You knew that.
I do that.
However,
Oh, there's a however.
there's a however.
Okay, I'm gonna hear this out.
Kevin Conroy,
Mm-hmm.
the best Batman ever, is going to make his live action debut as Bruce Wayne, maybe as Batman, in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover, which means I have to watch it because it's history. And it's not like regular, oh, we doing a crossover and the Arrowverse is coming to an end history. This is like, we've been waiting for more than 20 years to see Kevin Conroy do the Batman thing live.
Hey, look, CW is pulling everything out.
No.
Everything out to send Arrow off and do this Crisis on Infinite Earths like right.
Here's what I think is really happening. I'm not saying you're wrong about that, because you're not, but I think there's more to this. What I think is happening is that what they're really doing is trying to figure out what the next big thing will be when Arrow no longer exists.
Yes.
Because none of the other shows are as strong as Arrow. Period.
It's the one that started. It's the one that's been the forefront, the leader. Like
Flash is
sad.
up there. Like, no
Flash is
doubt.
like, yeah.
But even that's starting to wane a little bit. and I think it's getting a little repetitive. And so I really feel like this is like, okay, we really need to explore the multiverse so we can push the boundaries and go, oh yeah, by the way, we're doing Batman Begins because Kevin Conroy is playing old Bruce Wayne and he is, you know what I mean? He's setting up my man, like we doing this Batman Begins. Like that's how I feel. Like I feel like they're trying to get that ball rolling so that they can maintain something on the CW.
And maintain the Arrowverse for as long as possible with Arrow not in it. Like
outside of what they're doing with their streaming service, like DC streaming service, keeping something on mainstream TV. I am excited about this.
Oh yes.
If I only watch episodes that have him in it, I will be satisfied.
Okay.
I'm just saying it now. Don't expect me to watch the whole thing.
No, that's for us. That's for
but
us.
I probably will. I'm just saying, I probably will. Because
Don't know where he's gonna pop up.
they bringing Lex Luthor back from Smallville. They doing too much. They doing too much. They might be doing just enough. They might really be pushing to get their end game on. That's all I'm saying.
They're doing it.
That's all I'm saying.
Because so far, their crossovers have been dope.
Sure.
This one looks
but
like
this
it's
is
about
like
to-
the.
No, I'm just saying like they have a history of doing great crossovers and seeing all this talent, all the stuff they're pulling in for this one.
It's gonna be.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be
it's
insane caliber.
Oh
We
yeah.
in there.
Oh yeah.
Hook me up.
Number 3.
I was not a fan of Venom.
Oh, okay.
Did you see
You
Venom?
said it, yeah.
Did you see Venom?
I fell asleep through it.
Oh.
Now that says nothing about whether the movie's good or bad. It was just
It was one of those days.
And I started like 1 in the morning.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it.
Bad idea. You didn't actually intend to watch it.
It was like, you know, I need to watch Venom, so let me just go and put it on and then watch like 30 minutes and I was knocked out. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Andy Serkis has officially been helmed to direct Venom 2. And now, I'm interested. I'm very interested. I like Andy Serkis.
Yep.
I like what he does. I am in love with his ability to do things right when it comes to motion capture. So, if Sony could helm someone to make it right now, he's my guy.
Okay.
He's my guy. This was a very like there have been talks for a while that this might be a thing, but the fact that they have made that decision tells me that either they really liked what he had to say and what he felt about it, or they are much more serious about what the success. That movie was very successful. Throw up in your mouth anyway. Very successful. Like it or hate it, it is what it is. The movie was successful. So when the MCU is doing what it's doing and the eventual crossover between what is happening with Venom and what is likely to happen with Tom Holland and Spider-Man, the seriousness of what has to happen with Venom is a real thing.
Yep.
And that says to me that Sony is getting actual serious. This is not to be like condescending to whomever they have chosen to helm projects prior to. It is just to say that this feels like the first time I think them choosing a director made a difference to me.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And while I like Venom as a character, because he is a staple in villainy and heroics, and the importance that the character himself is to Spider-Man. And when I look at what's happening in the comics right now, which I don't know if you know, but there's this whole new Carnage thing happening right now. Spider-Man and Venom got to team up to take Carnage out because Carnage is trying to free the Clintar God, who is the creator of all the symbiotes. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, and so he is literally having, like, the plan is he's got to kill every person who has ever been in contact with the symbiote.
Oh.
Everyone. Everyone. And then, like, take the remaining little bits of symbiote from them to add to himself so that he can then free the god. It's about to be a problem.
Okay.
And when you're doing that in the comics, things in the comics and things in the movies have a tendency to just kind of cross over, and I think there might be some majors happening, so this is kind of a big deal. Anyway, you guys let me know how you feel about each one of these topics that we just hit, because I need to know in the comments below. I don't know if I like the way you whispered that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let y'all tell me in the comments how you felt about the way he whispered down there. So we had enough of that. With that, we're out. Tools and lose. What it do, snackers and snackettes? Did you like what you just saw? Would you like to help us grow? Here's what you can do. Shoot over to patreon.com/loading snacks. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform of choice. Appreciate you.